I just got a couple things to say real quick. I want to thank the Hogs for coming, taking what might lead we have with work or of anything that obstacle that you took to get here. I want to thank you for that. My side of the family is thin, but we love y'all and thank you for making it. Another thing is, we do have an officer on the scene. We don't want any drunk driving. So if anybody has a problem with that, get with somebody and we'll find you a ride home. I really appreciate it, and coming from experience, we don't want any drunk driving. When I first met Danny, I had bubbles in my guts just like I do right now. And yes, I did have more hair than all 6 people Danny knows. I do love you, Danny. I love Victory. I love Octavia, my mom, my stepdad, my dad, my stepdad. I hope, and all of Danny's daughters are beautiful, and I hope that they all like. I know a couple of them do. And I really just want everybody to have fun, have a good time, and thank everybody that helped. Thank everybody that helped for, picking up and helping me. Thank you, Robert, you helped out tremendously. Thank you for coming down on your bike. I know you weren't able to fit my stuff, and I know you had holy britches, but we seemed to work that out. And a couple people have had holy britches today, and we had to compromise. But we're going to kick it off, and everybody have a good time, mingle, families clash, come together, and have a good time. Thank you.
This is quite different for me. But all I ask you to do tonight is just listen to me. All of you already know that I'm a minister, so that's clear. I'm not here to preach a sermon. I'm not going to do that. So don't be afraid, okay? I came into this family 4 years ago, and God blessed my life when He placed Debbie in my life. We have ministered together, pastored church. But I've been blessed with a praying woman, and I will recall about 2003 standing, looking into the coffin of my mom. And I looked up to heaven and I said, God, who's going to pray for me now that my mother's gone? I didn't know that a few years later, God put another praying mother in my life, and that is Juanita Rutherford. And to Debbie's 2 older sons, I need to tell Stephen, there's a lot of things that you don't know and will never know, and I understand. But we hadn't been together too long until early one morning I received a phone call. You were stationed over in Baghdad. And Dave and I were, well, she'd gotten something that happened early that morning. She broke down into tears and she called her mom, and if I recall right, we had a 3-way conversation. And for about an hour, the 3 of us prayed over the phone. She said, Carl, something's wrong, something's wrong. I don't have to be a very intelligent man, and neither do any of us here have to be very intelligent this evening to understand that America is in deep trouble. It's not about politics, and I'm not a politician. But we all know tonight that our nation, and we for the first time in the history of America, have a president that has already made it public many times on national television that we are no longer a Christian nation. We were built on godly principles and godly standards. In God we trust. And that's been taken away from us. But there's still a few people in America that believe in God. And I happen to be one. Debbie and Mom, and I'm hoping and praying that many in this house tonight. Thank you. If it were not for God, we wouldn't be in the first place, and we understand that. We may never know what happened, but I'm a firm believer that God intervened in a situation in our life that morning. And maybe you've never known that. And Eric has to know, because many have been the times that we have prayed for this young man. And I thank God for you, Misty. I join Stephen and Butch in the fact that we welcome you into the family. But I know that it's also the hand of God. Let's have our fun. Let's do what we do as individuals and celebrate in our way that we are going to celebrate. But while we're doing it, let us understand that we can do this because of our freedom. Because someone believes in God and wants to walk a path that is right and holy and pure and just. I look at a young man, and Eric looks better tonight than I've seen him since I have known him. And I compliment you, and I understand maybe Misty has done tremendous work. But I don't want to give, I want to give credit where credit is due. And I want to tell you tonight, if you don't know Debbie, but you that do know, you got to know she's a praying mom. And Juanita Rutherford, grandma, is a praying grandma, and I thank God for her. And I believe it all exists tonight because of it. I compliment you. God bless you.